Welcome, 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 Ragers, 5%ers, Patriots. I am bringing you part 2 of my October 1st special episode where, again, we have to look to the past to see what's going on right now. And the whole idea of PSYOP, that is something that is, I think, very overused. But for those of us who were residents here in Las Vegas for October 1st, 2017, we all remember getting very, very conflicting, very mixed information. And so I wanted to go ahead and bring in that other friend that I promised in part 1. So this is the gentleman who was in the car when my first, what's your Twitter again?
My Twitter's at Max Noel.
Okay, so at Max Noel.
Noel, like Knowall.
Okay. So this is his friend that was in the car with him. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going?
So you guys were in the car. You were stuck for over an hour, up to 2 hours. What do you remember from the beginning of the beginning of when you told him to turn on the police radio to when you got home?
Okay, so immediately the first thing that happened, as soon as we pulled out of the parking garage and hit the strip in Tropicana, as soon as we were stuck at that red light, we just saw like a mass of people, like hundreds of people just start running down the streets, and it was just so surreal at first. We didn't even know what was going on. Eventually, like, as they were running by, I ended up rolling down the window, asking someone, hey, what's going on out here? What's happening? And then a guy just looked straight in my eyes and said, terrorist attack, get the fuck out of here. And after that, we were just stuck in traffic. We couldn't even move. So many people were running across the street. Just, some guy had to actually, another stranger had to step out in the middle of the road and just stop people from running by so the ambulances could get through. And then as soon as all that was happening, I knew that Max had a police scanner app on his phone, and I started recording on my phone. I told him to open that up, and then we started listening, and they were telling us that or the police scanner was saying that there were shots fired in multiple different hotels. First they were saying it was out of Mandalay Bay. Then they were saying there was in New York. Then they were talking about in Luxor in the parking garage there was a car. There was a car with wires coming out of it, and then that ended up just disappearing somehow. But immediately, as soon as we were even able to leave the strip after that hour being stuck, cops had already locked down the freeways and everything, and it was just...
So basically, if you were stuck, what is it, north of Los Angeles, north of Las Vegas Boulevard, you could not go...
East, yeah.
East
yeah.
of Las
Yeah, if you were east, you couldn't cross.
Hey, I want everyone to let you know, I'm the guy from part 1. This is part 2, and what I'm saying is, you can take it for what it's worth, but she literally just interviewed us, and we both said the same thing. The part 1 interview that I was in, he confirmed a lot of things. We were stuck just east of the boulevard, okay? And we were trying, which anybody who knows Las Vegas knows that the 15 is just west of the boulevard.
Okay.
That's where we were trying to get to. It took us about 2 hours during the shooting. And during the shooting, like I'm saying, we're not trying to be anything other than what we're not.
We're
not
just
survivors,
reciting what we did.
But we were people that were stuck east of the boulevard, trying to get west of the boulevard to the 15. And like he said, and which I said in my first original interview, he was the one who told me, hey man, turn on that police scanner. Which you cannot find to this day. You cannot find LVMPD police scanner.
Did you
because of the video, which I put on Twitter.
Did you tell her
And
about?
that to me is unconstitutional.
Did you tell her about the multiple floors that they were shooting on at first that they were talking about in Mandalay Bay?
Yeah, tell me about that.
See, but I want to say something though. This
Yeah.
is nothing we have witnessed. We didn't witness this.
But you're just reciting what
Yeah.
you did hear on the police
Yes,
scanner.
this
So
is-
it's not like you're just speculating or getting the news after the fact. This is what you heard.
Yeah.
But
from
Caleb,
the time
please state, just so people who think we're conspiracy theory weirdos, we did not witness this.
No.
We
didn't
only heard
see-
what we heard.
We didn't see any of it.
Which we had. I wish we had more evidence of what we heard, and we would have recorded more. The only thing we did wrong, America, is not record more of this police scanner.
Right.
I will
So
say
now it's becoming speculation.
But what did you hear about? See, because I heard about multiple floors, but after the fact. So what did you hear on the police scanner them say?
The police scanner at first they were talking about when they were announcing all these different casinos and everything, about 30 minutes or 45 minutes after that, they were just like, okay, it's the Mandalay Bay. There are people in the Mandalay Bay, and at one point they were saying they were in the 21st floor or something shooting, and then at one point they said there were people on the 4th floor.
I heard the 5th floor. Yeah.
Fourth
The
or
security
fifth.
floor.
Yeah. And there were multiple reports that they had going on of different floors there were shootings going on. And then you can look this up too. At the concert earlier that afternoon, there was a couple, a male and a female, that were at the concert that got agitated and were kicked out because they were telling people at the concert that they are going to die tonight because they are terrible people. And this was on the news that very next day because survivors were reporting that these people were there telling them that they're going to die.
And now whether those people are crazy or not, that's not what we're trying to speculate.
Right.
Another thing is I know myself, I know my brother who's sitting next to me, have met a couple people that have been at both this shooting and then the one that happened where in California?
San Bernardino or something like that?
I'm not, again, I don't want to speculate. 1,000 Oaks, where there was another, where it was the same crowd of people, or like country artists that were playing there, where another mass shooting happened. And what I'm saying is that when someone like me, I've come from Las Vegas, I've learned to realize, to understand trends, and trends show why has there been mass shootings in places such as country music concerts in Las Vegas that have moved to California, where we have victims not only from one mass shooting but on to the next. Why is this happening? Why are we the ones that are being told when we're defending America that we are not defending America? Why are we the ones that are told that our conspiracies are just that, conspiracies, and not maybe
possibilities,
or possibilities that maybe if hit too close to home, that maybe are just becoming fact. And what I'm saying about with this October 1st shooting is that that's something that really opened my eyes. I've always been somebody that's been what's the right word? I've been apprehensive to see maybe what everybody is telling me is the right thing, but this is confirmation to me, and to really look, and not just look, but to hear and listen to a police scanner, because I'm not that smart of a guy. I was just smart enough to understand what my rights were and to know that I can listen to a police scanner.
That's right.
And I found real information. And my Twitter before I posted that video was getting good traction. I had quadruple the amount of followers I do today. And all I do is never gain followers. I lose since then. That to me shows, you can call me bitter, I guess, on the other side, but I'm not. I'm a truth seeker, and the truth is that I posted something real that it took now three and almost, I guess now it's 2021, that happened 2017. So the average person would think it's 4 years, but it's like barely over 3 years, barely over 3 years. And for someone, another truth seeker that has an actual following, to realize that it's a story worth talking about.
Yeah.
That to me is upsetting. And I feel there should be more people like you. If there was more people like you in what we call the media, which I don't even like to call it that anymore, because there's not enough people like you, then maybe there would be more truth out there. And maybe I wouldn't feel as if
you're being gaslit,
easily slandered and taken advantage of, because I don't fall to the narrative of those who try to control, things like what you're doing right now. I mean,
well, and see, that's why I wanted to finally do this episode, and it just worked out that the timing was perfect now, because perfectly. I don't want to say anything about October 6th. I'm sorry, about October January 1st. About January 6th in DC. I don't want to say anything because a lot of people are being hunted down. A lot of people are being persecuted politically. This is all bullshit, and we all know it. I was there. We all know that it wasn't what people said it was. And again, this is just an example within the last 3 years and 4 months of how the media has been used to pull the wool over our eyes, and how, if you do the right amount of digging, you really can find the truth. And it's honestly not that complicated. It doesn't
you really can find the truth, because here's a fact. If we're talking about October 1st, you found a real video that is truth, okay? And look at what it's done to me on social media. It's dragged me down, when honestly, it should have been the biggest thing to pick me up on social media.
Right.
And it's dragged me down. So this isn't... the 6th has been nothing but just more it's just been more confirmation that it's been happening. This has been happening to people, truthers, for years.
Yep.
Like, I posted something on my Facebook.
Hashtag 9/11 was an inside job.
Yeah.
Did you want to say anything else?
Hashtag InfoWars. People have been fighting the information war since the early 2000s. And they say that we follow Trump blindly. No. Trump jumped on our bandwagon.
Yep.
We didn't jump on his.
Exactly.
Because we are the real information warriors.
And we've been a lot of us, even when I was a liberal, even when I was on the other side, I still was a truth seeker. And I still was one of those people who would check receipts and try to read the whole transcript, try to read the whole, watch the whole, gather my information before I felt any certain way. Because I knew from a very young age, from the time I was a teenager, that what's on TV is not the way it really is. And it's events like this when you're, I don't know, either fortunate or in some cases unfortunate enough to be a living testament, a living recording, a living historical document to what happened when we were on the ground, when we were here. You know what I mean? This is, January 6th was just another one of those times in my personal life, I was there for the 94 riots. I was there for October 1st. I was there for January 6th. And what's being said is not what the way it really is. But anyway, any last words, anybody?
I feel I got off of my chest what I need to.
Yeah, I'm good. I told my story.
Well, there you have it, folks. Don't forget to visit the Patreon, American 5%. Check out my website, www.redpillrage.net. Don't forget to go get me on TikTok. Go get me on News Clapper. Definitely blowing up with the funny videos. Love you guys. Hang in there, Patriots. Just keep fighting.